Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Trusk Presents. In this edition we are going to be looking at two of the populist right's most cringy concepts, and I understand that when it comes to that there's a lot of competition. Today we are going to be looking at the Crewkerne Gazette and Tears of the Left Bourbon. God, that already sounds cringy. So the Crewkerne Gazette is a channel that pumps out AI-generated slop to be consumed by those who prefer the Reform Party. And believe me, that's not the only far-right satire network that uses AI.
Adrián, Enrique, Ojaldra.
Oi, Kier in the manor, filled in the fam, yeah, boom boom kick. Stomach up tax, that's the scheme, put the field in mum's name, keep it clean, trust so slick, inheritance ride, taxman baffled, Labour can't hide. How many fields can Kier the sky?
Okay, so first of all we have a short featuring Keir Starmer. You're going to find that as a recurring theme, and while I personally don't like the guy myself, I don't have Starmer derangement syndrome unlike much of the Reform supporter base. Moving on.
Britain. In a time where flags matter more than anything, we find Keir holding court in his lounge, while David Lou provides calm ministerial translation.
Okay, so this is quite clearly a parody of an already crappy show. I mean, you can have your own opinions on Little Britain if you want. I just think it's punching down and the humor isn't that sharp. And the AI narration here is absolutely dreadful. It can't capture the proper human cadence of what was meant to be said.
Want the flag.
Coat on, keys in, polling finger ready to the flag emporium.
What the hell was that?
So then, Keir, Andy, sorry, anything here that tickles your fancy?
I want that one.
Okay, so that wasn't even the correct flag of Palestine. This is it. And this is obviously a reaction based on the supposed crackdowns of Operation Raise the Colors, which is the socio-political equivalent of a dog pissing on a tree to mark its territory. And these crackdowns weren't because of supposed anti-British sentiment. It was because it violates council ordinance about safety and municipal property laws. If you want to hang one up from your own garden or put it in your profile, no one's gonna stop you.
Prime Minister looked like he enjoyed his trip. In fact, it looked like a dream come true for a man who was virtually a communist most of his life. Yeah. But apart from the...
Okay, so they are portraying Keir Starmer as a Dalek, which if you don't know, is a robotic creature from Doctor Who. And of course they're having him sat next to Stalin and Lenin holding the flags of the USSR. And of course this is just another classic example of the populist right being so polarized that they consider anyone left of them communists either ideologically or in an emotional sense, most likely the latter.
Let me be clear. I am not and have never been a communist.
Of course this would be some sort of McCarthy trash. And you won't be surprised to hear that this guy was a former convicted neo-Nazi and a proud one at that. I don't care how much he's changed. Swapping neo-Nazism for reform doesn't really help much. It's like swapping cigarettes for vapes. You think it's better but it's still extreme and doing you harm. Because reform can hardly claim a rational supporter base. Not with events like this.
Flare-ups are underway in Rotherham and Tamworth after far-right rioters attacked hotels that were thought to be housing asylum seekers. Masked anti-immigration rioters smashed the windows of the Holiday Inn Express in Rotherham before starting fires. A similar incident played out at a Holiday Inn hotel in Tamworth yesterday evening, in a scene which saw fires, smashed windows and missiles being thrown at officers, Staffordshire Police said.
Now with that nightmare over, it's time to begin a new one. Tears of the Left Bourbon. A drink purely developed as an expensive middle finger to your political opponents. Since there's no actual videos we can review of it, let's just show some captures I found from the website. Okay, so here in all the pages are AI generated art and just a bunch of cringy false stories about the supposed legendary warriors when this culture war has only been going on for a maximum of 7 years at most. It's quite hyperbolic and self-serving, don't you think? Okay, so this other book was clearly entirely developed by AI, both the art and the story itself. It never mentions anyone in specific and it just uses general tropes. Very GPT-3. And if you go to the website itself you will see it has a shit design. So either the website was generated by AI, from a basic Wix template, or by a web developer who's being paid next to nothing. Here we have a recipe for a cocktail called Joy Reduction. So the first thing I noticed with that is it's the trope that apparently younger progressives such as myself are joyless, which is pretty bloody ironic considering how many movies and TV shows MAGA complains about. I mean Hollywood is far from its golden age but damn it these people just slap the word woke on everything and then move on. For example, Bubsy failed because it was poorly coded and had an annoying protagonist.
No, I should have taken that left turn at Uranus.
Shut up! Ornaments detected.
Back when things could fail on their own merit. Now compare that to Ghost of Yotei, which despite being a financial success, many critics, especially those on the populist right like Andy Pedo Gaming or Asmorn Mold because it's apparently quote unquote woke, just like everything bloody else these people don't like. Also the send tag doesn't make sense, drink it before it gets cancelled. Again, that would imply that the drink, which is a caricature of a left-winger, gets cancelled, which doesn't make sense, and it implies that the left is cancelling someone within, which is ironic considering how many purity tests and Team Jersey politics MAGA has. But then again this could just be garbled nonsense because it was generated by an AI. Well, that's about all of the populist right slop I can stomach for the night. I'll see you all next time.